Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Divinely Empowered Media Show. And I'm your host, Anastasia Hay, and I'm so glad to be here because today I'm going to be sharing with you a special guest because we're talking about how to take care of yourself, and not just take care of yourself as far as, going to the spa and getting your nails done, but even a little bit deeper, your hair. Yeah, I know. Kind of crazy to talk about, right? Like, who's thinking about hair now these days with everything that's going on with inflation, the economy, and all that different stuff? Is like people are thinking, who has time to do hair anymore? No, it's really important. Your hair is a part of your beauty. And if some of you are saying, hey, I have no hair on my head, oh gosh, you've came to the right place. With me, I have my special guest who is an entrepreneur and mother. She has came up with this special regimen of how to go from no hair to long hair. I'm literally, she's used it on her children. She's used it on herself because she did the big chop. Like literally she had like super short hair, and now her hair is like all the way down to her back. You would probably think it's extensions, but it's not. But I mean, she has a phenomenal story to share with us. And so I'm glad to introduce you. And not only that, she is my sister. What? I'm so happy about that. I'm pretty sure you guys are probably thinking, Anastasia, you have siblings? Because I don't really talk too much about like my family and personal life like that. Because I'm a business gal. But I have my sister on the show today. And she's an entrepreneur as well. So, Natashua, how are you today? Welcome to the Divinely Empowered Media Show. So glad to have you.
Hi, I'm doing great.
Your hair is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you so much.
I love your hair. Like, honestly, I remember when I watched your first YouTube channel or first YouTube video that you did, and you came and you were doing, I think you were sharing tips on food or something like that. By the way, she's a wonderful cook. Anyways, you were sharing tips on food, and we were looking at your hair, and we're like, your hair looked really volume, like it had a lot of volume. It was super thick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's her hair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
I'm like, this is amazing. And, just like the whole transformation from your before and after, you will be seeing befores and after. You're going to be absolutely astounded when you see the before and afters of how her hair used to look. But we just basically want to learn a little bit about your hair journey and the importance of taking care of one's natural hair. Because, in the fast-paced world, this goes for all races. People are really into what's the word I want to use? The inauthentic things, like, super long lashes, super long extensions. Everything is very like false, and I think it's so important that we as women, especially as women leaders who are in the business world, we are showing other women that it's okay to embrace your natural beauty.
Exactly.
It's okay to take care of those God-given features, your hair, your nails, even with my nails, these are my real nails.
Wow.
Take care of yourself and not everything has to be fake. We live in a world where everybody just wants, fake Botox. Everything is just so plastic and so,
like instant gratification.
So like Facetune, so I would love to hear about your journey as far as what made you get into the natural hair care products and what, got you inspired in this niche, and how'd you start your business?
Well, basically I was, growing up, I think around like the mid 2000s, that's when they started coming out with like more natural hair products. But I created this hair product because I saw a need for people to be educated on how to grow their hair from literally nothing to something, because a lot of the time African Americans, they think their hair can't grow, so they think their hair can only stay at one height, but that's not true, So my hair, the length that it's at right now, it's like right here, but 10 months ago. So I can guarantee that if you follow my regimen, that you can grow your hair in 10 months. That's if you're consistent now.
That's awesome.
Exactly. So I created this hair oil because I wanted something lightweight that would match the hair's natural sebum so that it's not like making your hair have a lot of buildup on it. And then I have this shampoo, this dry shampoo, where you could put on your scalp, like in between washes, just to extend the wash so you don't have to wash it so often. And when you wash your hair too often, it creates a lot of damage to your ends. So I just put the dry shampoo on there. It has like great herbs like amla powder, shikari, some natural hair remedies to help to grow your hair and add like nutrition to your hair.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So like tell me a little bit about like how long did it take for you to realize that this is something that you wanted to do? Like what made you come to realization that, you know what, I want to create a product. I want this to be something that I'll do as a business. Was it something that you just did for yourself and it's like, you're like, you know, I think this could help somebody. Like what got you into this particular business?
Well, I started
When did you start it? Yeah.
This business, I started around 2020. At first, like, at the time I was working full time and I was selling them on Etsy, and I was like, okay, let me just put this on here. I've been testing this for months and it's been working on my hair and I see results. So let me put this on there. So literally the first 2 weeks I put the product on there, I'm getting sales. Like I literally would come home after work so tired because I used to work 12-hour shifts, night shifts. And I'll have to be packing like orders. I'm like choosing between sleeping and packing orders.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So I started this business basically because I've seen a need for African Americans to get the knowledge to grow their hair, you know.
I think that's amazing because, you know, I feel like every woman should at some point feel confident in embracing their natural beauty, their natural hair. I feel like, you know, in these times that we're living in, everything is so artificial.
Yes.
You know, you got artificial intelligence, artificial hair, artificial, you know, everything, artificial, you know, bust, artificial bottom. Like, I mean, the list goes on. It's like, when do we get to a point as women where we can just embrace those natural, you know, aspects of ourselves? And I just really admire that about you, that you went from, you know, thinking to yourself that this is working for me.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Did you get a lot of compliments?
Yeah.
Did you get the weird question? Because I remember this is gonna sound strange because I mean I have a shortcut for crying out loud.
I know,
but I remember I went to I had an appointment and the doctor, she was an Asian woman.
Yeah.
And she looked at me. She's like, "Oh, I love how you sit. You're so proper. I love your hair." She's like, because she's doing my physical and everything. Then she went to my head and she's like, "Can I ask you a question? Is that your real hair?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Lady, you're asking me." I'm like,
oh my gosh.
It's a shortcut.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be my real hair? And so I looked at her and I smiled. I said, yes, you know. But, you know, but even with shortcuts, you know, people will probably lean towards, you know.
Yeah, like that. It's fake.
Yeah, the wigs or probably they're too afraid to cut their actual hair.
Yeah.
But the fact that you want to educate the African American community about this, I think it's really important because for a long time I've seen it. You know, you go to beauty supply stores and, you know, you always see these really beautiful, gorgeous African American women with, you know, super long extension, or they have, you know, super long braids. And everything is just so artificial. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. I've seen some really nice hairstyles, but I think for so many years, that's always been something that's been always spotlighted for African American women, that this is how you need to have your hair to be beautiful. And so for a long time, they would stick with the extensions and stick with the things that make them look more acceptable in the eyes of society. But when you can get to a place where you can embrace your natural beauty and work with your natural features, you know, take care of your skin, take care of your eyelashes, take care, like put good food in your body, take your vitamins and take care of all
drink
these
a lot of
things.
water.
Drink a lot of water. You don't have to rely so much on artificial things. If anything, you will use like a little hint of makeup or a little hint of this to just enhance the natural features that you have working with. But when you take it off, you still have something to work with, you know. And so I think this is amazing. So tell us a little bit more about you as an entrepreneur, what it's like to maintain your hair now that you have it at a certain length? And what are some of the type of feedback you get when you go out there in the world? Do people ask you that big question, hey, Natasha, are you wearing weave? Like, is that your real hair? Do you get a lot of that?
Yeah, like literally the other day I was at like my job.
Yeah.
And this lady, she said, Natasha, I didn't know that was your hair is so long. Why do you keep it up? Like, or and she's like, you sure that's not weave? And I'm like, no, black people can have long hair too. She's like, your hair looks so healthy. I'm like, yeah, I take really good care of it. And it's just simple. I do like simple things to my hair. Like, I wash it once a month, but I use my dry shampoo every 2 weeks, and I treat my scalp. There's a whole regimen on my YouTube channel. Can I?
Yeah.
About that? Yeah. So you can look at my YouTube channel. It's called Headwrapnest. Where I have a lot of tips and tricks to teach you how to grow your natural hair.
Yeah, definitely check it out. I honestly enjoy it. You know, I feel so good with my own hair. I'm like, it just feels so good to just wake up and just like brush my hair and put on my outfit. Good. I'm like, oh, this is all mine. You know, I can just put my fingers through it and I'm like, this is mine. That's nobody else's, and it feels good. You know, I just want to encourage women to be okay with being yourself, be authentic. You know, we live in a world where there's so much artificial things, like everything is just so fake and so like not realistic, you know, and we need to get to a place where we're okay with being unique. And it doesn't matter what kind of hair you may have. You could have really kinky, curly, pretty hair, or, you know, super long hair, or, you know, thin hair, whatever kind of hair you may have, work with it and take good care of it. And you will see instant results if you're willing to put in the effort.
Exactly. Like, it gives you a sense of confidence.
It does. It does.
Like, I don't know about, like, there's nothing wrong with weaves, but anytime I wear a weave, I just feel like a little off. I'm like, even when my hair was shorter, I just felt a little like, yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, after a while you get addicted to it. Because I remember there's this one woman that I was having a conversation with, you know, she wanted to try this new hairstyle. And so she got herself this like lace front and she put it on and stuff. And then after a while she's like, you know, Anastasia, to be honest with you, I'm starting to miss my hair.
Exactly.
And she's like, I need to go do something with my real hair and wear it. And I'm like, hey, if you're missing your hair, then go rock it. Like, you know, don't feel ashamed to wear your real hair.
Yeah. And even those who wear the extensions, they still want to take care of their hair, so when they take it off, they, you know,
that's true. You know, they talk about the protective hairstyles and stuff like that, but even so, I love that you mentioned that, you know, you want to still take care of, if you decide that you want to wear more, you know, different unique hairstyles, because you have some women that love to change it up.
They like change.
They love change. They hate seeing the same, they hate repeating the same hairstyle. I love my signature look.
Me too.
You know, but there's some women that love to change it up, and so even then I will encourage, you know, take care of what you have as well, so that if you decide that, hey, I want to just let loose and just, I want to be free, I want to go to the beach, I want to take it off, you won't feel awkward like, oh gosh, I just lost a part of me. You know, I remember there's this one girl that I was talking to, she loves wearing the lash extension. And she's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Wow. But she was looking in the mirror and she's like, I miss my lashes. I miss my lashes. She's like,
so used to it.
Yeah, she gets so used to it. It just becomes a part of her. And I was like, wow, you still look really nice without it. Wow. And she's like, I just miss it. But, you know, we don't want to get so attached that, you know, we miss out on something that wasn't even really a part of us, you know. So you get a lot of that feedback when you go out, and people are always asking, is it annoying?
It can get a little annoying.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, explaining it and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm like, okay.
It's expected.
It's expected, yeah.
Yeah, because of what society has been saying.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, believe it or not, Caucasians wear extensions too.
No, they do. They do. I've met a few, and I've been to hair salons where they advertise it, Yeah,
I see like even like Facebook ads and stuff like that of like them sitting down in the chair. And they're getting their hair done and stuff like that, and you think to yourself, you're like, oh look, everybody wears every race, nobody's excluded, but they tend to like to spotlight certain.
I don't get that.
I don't get that either.
And they just like, what I hate is when they try to touch your hair. It's like, okay, someone else of a different race, if they have long hair, you're not going to try to touch it, but because I'm black, you're just questioning and you're like, oh, Oh my gosh, amazed. I'm like,
I have to say something to you real quick. You know Candace Owens, right?
Yeah.
Candace Owens goes to a lot of these college universities to give her speeches and stuff. So she went to this one college university, and this guy has the nerve to come out of the crowd and say, hey, like after he dissed her and, you know, called her stupid and all that type of stuff, he decided to ask her a question. Hey, and of course she always put them in their place. And corrected him. And he's like, I'm not going down without a fight. He's like, is that your real hair?
Oh my gosh.
Yep. He asked the question. He's like, yo, is that your real hair? And Candace looked and she smiled. She's like, yes.
Oh my gosh. Like, it doesn't matter what height. They just think you wear a weave. You're like this short and like, okay, she has a weave on. Like, come on.
So let me ask you a question. Why did you do, because I know you were mentioning at one point your hair was really short. Was it short because you weren't putting like proper ingredients in there, or you weren't eating properly, or did you just cut your hair? Like, tell me a little bit about the before.
Okay, so
your journey.
Before I used to perm my hair, but I noticed I would get a lot of breakage and my hair would be really thin. Yeah. So I just cut it off and growed my hair natural. But I was trying to figure out, how am I going to grow my hair? Like it came to a point where for a whole year my hair was like the same height, and it's not because it wasn't growing. It was because I was just not maintaining the ends, you know, and I didn't have a regimen. It's all about the regimen and the products you use. So the oils that I have in this product, it's so good for you. It's so good for your hair. Sorry. So good for your hair.
Oh, it's good
it
for
moisturizes.
You. Let them know it's good for you.
It's good for you.
You can find this stuff in your cabinet. Go ahead.
No, you can't. It's really good stuff.
Yeah.
It moisturizes your hair from the inside out, and it doesn't leave your hair with like the residue on it. You know, most oils that you buy at the beauty supply store, they have a bunch of added chemicals and other things. You don't get the pure oil. Even if they say argan oil on there, it's not 100% argan oil. This oil is the real deal. You
know, I love that you have this on the market. I think that is amazing. People definitely need to take advantage of it. So you've noticed, have any clients reach back out to you and said, hey, you know, Natasha, I just want to say your products, they work?
Oh, one more thing. They smell so good too.
Oh, really?
And it's a scent that doesn't aggravate your nose, like if you're sensitive to scents.
Yeah, perfume.
Yes, perfume. It's like a light scent, but it's like fun. I don't know.
That's good. So it's light.
It's light.
It's not too heavy.
It's not too heavy.
Love that.
Yeah.
So have you had any clients reach back out to you and say, Natashua, you know, I'm seeing results?
Yeah, they always compliment me on what's it called, the design of the product, the smell of the products, and of course their results of their hair. They're like, it makes their hair feel so soft, and they've seen improvement while doing the regimen and using the products. So I have tons of reviews.
So literally 10 months if they're consistent.
Yeah,
they can see. Wow. So this works for any hair type.
Yep. I have before and afters. Yep.
Love it.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, I want to hear about your children because I was a part of their journey with this too.
Yeah.
Especially with my nephew. He was going through a dilemma. For some reason, somebody kept shaving his hair off.
Oh my God.
That's gonna be like another story another day. But it's like, I'm like, the boy was blessed to have some hair on his head, and I'm like, why is this person keep shaving their hair?
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit about that. And, of course, we can always show some before and after photos for your children how your regimen worked nicely, like perfectly, and because they have Hispanic, they're mixed with Hispanic, so their hair, they have like that nice, like soft textured hair, and it even worked on their hair as well. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that, how that happened.
So I basically do pretty much the same thing that I do to my hair, to my children's hair as well. My son, his hair was a lot shorter, and I really
you had the daughter.
Rosa. Okay. Now Rosa, let's talk about Rosa. Rosa, her hair was really short. For some reason, her hair would not grow, and her her grandparents used to crack on her other side of grandparents, the Spanish side, used to crack on her for it. And I'm like, oh, just give her some time, whatever. Okay, so then I started using products and started using regimen, and now her hair is like close to her hips. you know.
Yeah.
But it's been like, it was 3 to 4 years since her hair was like, it wasn't growing.
Yeah, I was so surprised when I saw, we will be showing you the before and after photos. This is amazing. Like, my beautiful niece, her hair was so short, and
Yeah.
like, literally, I was like, oh, poor baby. And like,
Yeah, they used to get on her. I'm like, oh my god.
yeah, and I'm like, my Natashua would be like, what is wrong? Why won't your hair grow? And it's like, because like eventually the brother, his hair started getting super long, so everybody thought he was the sister.
Yeah,
So
all the time. Yeah.
and so it's like, no, but now her hair is
Yeah.
super long.
Yeah.
How often do you wash your hair?
Once a month.
Once a month? Really?
Yeah. It helps with preventing damage to your hair. Like keeping your hair stretched and, you know, not having to comb it so often and flat iron it. It helps to retain your length.
Okay, so what are the reactions to folks who ask you for like hair care tips, and you're telling them, hey, wash your hair once a month?
Yeah,
people are so used to washing hair
me.
twice a week or every day. You have some people who wash their hair every day. I mean, is that something that every woman should do? Like, what about those that may have excessive oil?
If they have excessive oil, then of course they might have to change things up. But depending on your hair type, I would recommend once a month, once every 3 weeks, just less often than usual.
Okay.
You know, because me personally, I used to wash my hair every 3 days or once a week, but I realized that was drying out my hair, even with like conditioning. You know, so I've seen a drastic change in my hair from washing it once a month to washing it every week. And not only that, like with your hair makes the natural sebum, especially when you know, massage it and use the hair oils and use the regimen. Your hair, already has what you need to grow your hair, but you're washing it away. So you're wondering why is my hair not growing? Well, you're washing away the good stuff, and you're also stripping your hair every so often, and you're not paying attention to your ends. Pretty basic stuff, but a lot of people don't know that.
You know, in my past episodes, I had, you know, health and wellness coaches jumping on, and they've even shared with me as far as, because, you know, that God has put natural things in our body, like how our body can naturally recuperate, how it can naturally heal. And I'm like, that's so amazing. So even with your hair too, God has already put things in your hair that can naturally help your hair to grow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I forgot to say, I also do the boar bristle brushing. So when you do the boar bristle brushing, you brush from your roots to the middle of your hair, and that helps with distributing the natural oils as well. But I also put some of my hair oil as well to enhance that as well.
Wow. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. Like, you know, now that you have this beautiful long hair, do you find it challenging to maintain? Because, you know, in this time and age, a lot of people are saying, I'm too busy to take care of my hair. I'm too busy to, you know, take care. If I do decide to grow my long hair, it's too much. You know, you've had women who had super long hair and they've decided to cut it. What are some tips you can share with women who may be hesitant on wanting to grow their hair, or maybe they're deciding that they want to cut it? You have any tips for them?
Well, in the African American community, I've noticed they talk a lot about this protective hairstyle stuff, and I'm just like, that actually does more damage than good.
Really?
You know, if you just put your hair up every now and then, and you know, just allow your hair to breathe. Your hair needs to breathe. Some people, they have their hair in the weaves all the time or the braids. Like, what's the sense of having hair? If it's always gonna protect your hairstyle.
Where do you think that's coming from? Where do you think that's coming from?
I don't know.
Why where did the protective hair?
It's an old wives' tale. I don't know.
Do you know the history about it? Like the history of where because I've always heard it too.
Yeah.
I've never been in that realm because I could care less about people and their own little.
The whole protective.
It's like I'm like, let me do me and do what works for me. But,
exactly.
Yeah, but what's the whole protective hairstyle thing?
I never really I used to do it all the time, but then
What were you doing?
Then I started.
I'm curious to know.
I used to do 2-strand twists. I used to do braids, all of that, and I'm thinking to myself, why when I take out these braids, my hair falling out? My hair looks so much thinner, and like I'm not enjoying. Like, what's the sense of having hair on my head if it's always up?
Oh, that's so funny. So, so are you wearing your hair out more?
Yeah, I wear my hair out every time I go out. Of course, when I'm in my house, I pin it up or I wear a braid, you know. But I do simple hairstyles, nothing that pulls or tugs my hair, you know. Because for the longest, growing up, we're taught, you know, you put your hair back and you put it up tight, you know, use the little bubbles. Remember that? And then your edges falling out.
Please listen. Don't remind me of the horror stories, please.
No, just soft. Be gentle with your hair. Just gentle.
That is so funny. So yeah. So share with us a couple of tips that you feel that women who may be considering, hey, you know what? I love her hair. I'm going to use these products. I want to grow it long. And then for those women who already have long hair and they're probably thinking, oh, this is too much to keep up with, I'm thinking about cutting it. Like, what are some tips that, you know, maybe their mothers, they're business owners, maybe they work their 9 to 5 and they have their side hustle. How can they be able to take care of their hair and maintain it without feeling like it's a stressful task that they're doing every day?
Well, find a hairstyle that you feel you could do, like you could get up and you're ready. Like for me, I used to have, my hair is curly, okay, but I don't wear it curly, you know, for a reason. Yeah. Because I feel like it does more damage to my hair than good. I love my curly hair, but when I'm going to the pool or, you know, then they'll show that off.
Yes.
But otherwise, for now, on my daily life, I'm like, I was thinking to myself, like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, why am I going through all this? Why? Who am I trying to prove anything to?
Yeah, yeah.
So I press my hair and I blow it out once a month, and I just pay attention to the ends every day. I massage my scalp for 1 minute with a massager, a handheld massager, for 1 minute in each section after I put the oil in my hair. Then every 2 weeks I put some of the dry shampoo and brush it throughout my hair.
So you do the dry shampoo?
Yeah.
So do you have all of that in your collection?
Yeah, I do.
So if women wanted to shop for, you know, other things from your store, do you have like brushes? Like,
yeah, I have brushes.
So you have the whole 9 yards.
Flaxseed gel for those girls who want to wear their hair curly.
Wow,
you know.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's really important. I don't know if you agree with me, but I think every woman should have a signature look that works for her.
I agree.
Because a lot of times, you know, especially in the Black community, you know, they feel like, no, everybody needs to wear curly hair. You need to keep that curly hair going, because if you're not wearing the curly hair, you're not Black. And it's like, you need to find that hairstyle that works for you. You know, because one thing, you know my background in fashion, and especially with working with my clients and giving them the full makeover from, you know, from top to bottom, like from head to toe. I'm really big on helping women not only identify their body shape, but even as far as like their features, like what hairstyle works great for their features. So, you know, if you are someone that's saying, hey, maybe I don't want to have super, super long hair, that's perfectly fine. All we're simply saying is, if there's anything else you can get from this show or today's episode, is be okay with yourself. Be authentic, embrace you. And don't take yourself for granted. Don't get so caught up with the artificial things that you forget to take care of your natural beauty, because at some point you want to rock your natural beauty.
Yeah, it's all about that healthy hair.
It's all about that healthy hair.
Length.
And adding the length. So do you have any final words that you want to share with the audience in regards to your business, how they can get in touch with you, where can they follow you to take advantage of these tips and so that they can begin their hair journey?
Okay, well, you can check out my products at www.headwrapnest.com. You can always check out my YouTube channel at Headwrapnest. Yeah, so these products are there, and there's also some other products as well. And yeah.
All right. Well, you guys got it. So take advantage of everything that she's sharing with you. Is there any special promotion or offer you have?
Oh, there is a 20% off for your first purchase.
Nice. All right. Well, that was Natashua, entrepreneur, mother, and a woman with beautiful long hair. Hey, don't be hating on her. You can go get yours too. Thank you again for joining. If you would love to be if you'd like to be a guest on our show here at Divinely Empowered Media, feel free to head over to our website, www.divinelyempoweredmedia.com, and also follow us at Divinely Empowered Media. And we have so much other resources that you can take advantage of to take your business to the next level as a kingdom entrepreneur. God bless you all, and I will see you next time.